In this video, we're going to talk about exams and my terrible memory and how you can have hope. Exams are a combination of understanding the subject and remembering some key facts. Now, I wish there was something like a memory pill. That's why we've done the shape of this pill in the middle of the central image. My memory is terrible. Trust me, I'm terrible with names, faces, dates, numbers, the order of things, and remembering habits even. And I try hard, but I've had to find ways to compensate for that with a notepad, a to-do list, checklists, systems, standard operating procedures for the business. But for exams, passing them as a teenager was a nightmare because I had a rubbish memory and I had real difficulties up until I was 15 years old and I started to find some systems and exam techniques. In the real world, you're allowed to check your facts and your memory with phones and notes and reminders and systems, but exams, they're not allowed, obviously. You can't take your phone in and take notes in and reminders in. But when I discovered mind mapping, I could take my notes into the exam in my memory, even with a bad memory. I found a way around my bad memory. But before we talk about the practicalities of walking into an exam with something that you can remember, there's a few things you need to know about your memory. And let's look at those. There are different types of memory. And I found myself, I could remember some things. I could remember concepts. I could remember principles and how things worked and the layout of buildings and where things are placed and systems and processes and scenarios. It's kind of like if you gave me dominoes and you pushed one over, I could figure out where they would fall, where they would hit and where they wouldn't hit and what would happen. And that's a form of memory for me. And I can harness that with a mind map and an exam. Dyslexics have got an incredible ability to understand processes and real practical things. That's why they become good inventors and business people and have good people skills. So we have these great ideas and concepts, but not necessarily a very good short-term memory. So what do? You have to find the way your own memory works, what you are good at remembering. Because there is something everyone's good at remembering. And for me, it's my imagination, it's processes, and connecting the dots. So with a mind map, you can use these kinds of memory to your advantage.